This is the Mind of the Meanie. Here are your hosts, the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard.
Peace, world, and welcome everybody to the Mind of the Meanie, your weekly peek into the world according to former WWE superstar and ECW original, the Blue Meanie. We'll cover wrestling, music, movies, sports, and lots of useless knowledge, all contained in the Mind of the Meanie. I'm your tour guide, Adam Barnard, and he is the Blue Meanie. Meanie, I already know the answer to this question. What's on your mind, man?
Man, what a pay-per-view last night.
Seriously.
What a pay-per-view. It was really good. And for those not on planet Earth, we are talking about last night's Elimination Chamber from Toronto, Canada. I mean, where do we start? I mean, from top to bottom, it was a great show.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
A lot of surprises. One I did not see coming at all, and it probably one of the best pay-per-views. Well, it's early, we're early into 2025, so it's weird to say of the year because the year just started, but 2025 is off to a good start, and we're the road to WrestleMania just got more interesting.
Oh man, I mean, I don't even know where to really start with this today. It was, I mean, I like, it's like you kind of expect it, right? Like you kind of expected something was going to happen, but I didn't expect it to be as intense, I guess. I don't know, but like, well, for anyone who's, living under a rock or not on planet Earth, John Cena turned heel last night and aligned himself with The Rock, gave a low blow to Cody Rhodes. And I mean, it just changed the paradigm for the entire WrestleMania run. And well, let's start there. How did you feel about the way that they did? Because there's plenty of stuff to peel apart and pick apart from the show last night. I want to say to everybody here, good morning, everybody joining us. Mass Sanity, good morning, Meanie and Goober. How you feeling? Better today? Finally starting to feel better. I got a little issue with my left ear here, so but everything else is good. Hey, Blue and Goob, good morning. And the boss says, what a pay-per-view. I see y'all trickling in on this Sunday morning. Thank you for choosing to spend your morning with us after an event last night like that. Meanie, what did you think last night about the setup and the delivery and the execution of that heel turn, man?
This is why when I get heated when people are like, things don't make sense. Was this not last SmackDown, but the SmackDown before where, The Rock comes out, cuts his promo, says to Cody, you could be my champion.
Yep.
All I want is your soul. And people are like, what's that even mean? Oh, fucking hang out and pay attention and just watch.
Right. Watch the show.
Just watch the show. Wait for the payoff. And the payoff, was great. The elimination match, the elimination chamber happened. John Cena won.
Yep.
Which means he gets to, choose who he wants at Mania. And then Cody comes out to congratulate him, shake hands, whatever. Then Rock comes out, excuse me, with Travis Scott with the Rocket Stock connection.
Yep.
And basically, The Rock, wants his decision from Cody, and Cody said, "Hey, Rock, go fuck yourself,"
which was crazy, man. They didn't bleep that at all, bro.
Amazing. It was amazing. And then, John Cena's in the background popping, and being, Cody's, audience, and they turn around and hug. And it was so beautifully executed the way Cena hugged Cody. Cena looked at Rock, and his face just changed.
Yeah.
went from being, happy, smiley John Cena to like this dark, soulless individual, John Cena, which means in essence he sold his soul to The Rock
Yep.
and kicks Cody right in the family jewels, right in the coin purse, lays him out. They both lay him out, and Travis Scott tries to get on it. It looks horrible.
Yep.
That's
Yeah, that was a little awkward last night, I would say. I know there's been a lot of conversation about Travis Scott being a part of it, but I was like, I don't know. I mean, I don't necessarily mind it, but it was like I don't know if he necessarily needed to be a part of it, like smacking Cody and stuff,
right.
Yeah.
But and they stand over Cody's body and go off air, and so the one thing you thought was never going to be possible was possible.
Yeah.
John Cena with a full-blown heel turn. So, kudos to them, and it was really, really well done.
Yeah.
Not the first heel turn of the night, but or not the only, but
yeah,
this will go down in history as one of the most well done, surprising heel turns I've seen in a while.
Well, and I posted something last night too because I had written an article for Screen Rant a couple weeks ago. Maybe it was about 2 weeks ago. We were talking about Cena's retirement tour and the Bray Wyatt story with the Firefly Funhouse match and all these different things where Bray Wyatt kind of like set the table for this heel turn, right? And how they could navigate this. And as I'm sitting there watching the show with James last night, we're on the sofa. We both were like, "Holy shit, this is insane!" Right? Like, never saw it. Like, we kind of saw it coming, but didn't. I thought to myself, I was like, "This is starting to feel a little bit bigger than Hogan in '96, and it has the potential to be bigger than that because Cena's been doing this for a long time, right? Like, this is." And again, it's like there was, and of course the trolls got on me on Twitter, and y'all can argue with the wall. But the point of my conversation was, the point of the post was, this has the potential to feel bigger than and be bigger than what happened with Hogan if it's done properly. Obviously, the timeline is different. Obviously, there's different mechanics that go along with something like Hogan and something like Cena. But how do you feel about the comparisons between the Hulk Hogan heel turn of '96 and John Cena of 2025?
Like you said, different era. Different reaction. Everybody's like, "Oh wow, people threw trash at Hogan." I was like, "Well,
Yeah.
All right,
yeah,
it's a different era." Back then, that people had flash bulbs on cameras and stuff like that. My biggest thing was like always, but look back in the day, you knew a moment was a big moment when you saw flash bulbs and
yeah,
people were like throwing trash. Well, now everybody's on their cell phone and try to record a show that's easily on pay-per-view.
right.
And, which I'm guilty of. So,
Yeah, hey, listen, I've been there.
But the comparison, I mean, the only difference I think between Cena and Hogan is, Hogan's heel turn changed the industry. Cena's heel turn, while as shocking, I mean, it won't change the industry the way Hogan did, because that was basically, Hogan's heel turn was basically the launching, one of the launching points of the Monday Night Wars.
Right.
They already had, the shows, but like heel Hogan is what helped, help WCW overtake WWF, where Cena's heel turn, while huge, it's going to help, put WrestleMania even more over the top this year. Every year they say this is the greatest WrestleMania of all time, which in some ways they are, but
Right.
they say it. But this one has the chance to make it one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time. So they're both huge, but they're both huge, but both different.
Yeah.
I don't think one's bigger or better than the other. They both serve a purpose.
Right.
This one is, I'm sure WrestleMania didn't need help selling out because we're a month away.
Yeah.
But man, Man, there's a lot of intrigue going into Mania.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, because now it's again, there's a great story to be told here. There's a great story about this, heel Cena doing anything he can to main event WrestleMania and get that 17th championship. I mean, it
Yeah.
couldn't have been set up. It literally couldn't have been set up any better, and they executed it flawlessly. I thought. Mass Entities here said Peter Rosenberg said Cena's turn is as big as Hogan in '96, and when Paul Heyman was seen next to Roman Reigns in 2020. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think about that with Heyman and that part with Roman?
Like I said, well, we just went over the
Hogan, yeah.
Hogan one. I mean, they both served different purposes. As far as Heyman standing next to Roman, I mean, while it did help Roman, I don't think people are going to be. I don't think there'll be a documentary in years to come where they say, and then Paul Heyman stood next to Roman Reigns. You'll always see and then Hogan dropped the leg drop.
Yeah.
This time you'll see last night's Cena look at Rock and the throat slit gesture, and then the kick in the ding ding. But somebody also pointed out, and we'll see how this goes. One of the pay-per-views before, The Rock held up 3 fingers. He did the throat slash and held up 2 fingers.
Interesting.
Which means there's got to be one more turn to go, which might be maybe Roman, selling his soul to The Rock. So we shall see.
And Dwayne Anglo says John Cena's heel turn is almost like Luka Doncic getting traded to the Lakers. Yeah, I guess I could see that. But I don't think necessarily Roman Reigns and the Paul Heyman bit. I think that was shocking as much as more so than it was era defining, right? Because it was a great combination. Obviously, it did big business and everything. But I don't think I don't think it changed anything the way that Hogan did in '96. I mean, to your point, right? Like I think it's the emotion about it, right?
Yeah.
What I meant by what I posted last night was it feels like it could be bigger. It feels like it could be so much bigger.
Yeah.
And in terms of impact for maybe this generation or in wrestling in general, but I need the story to play out a little bit more, right? We literally just saw this happen.
Yeah.
If we had and again, right, the dynamics are different. You didn't have social media back then. Yes, they threw trash in the ring, but could you imagine somebody at the Rogers Center throwing trash into the ring right now in 2025? I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen.
Yeah, it's a different era.
It's a different time. Yeah. So lots to be seen, lots to be excited about. At least for tomorrow, we should probably, or maybe we won't find out until Friday because Cody's on SmackDown. But just unbelievable stuff last night. Overall, too, I mean, the match, the card itself, man, was unbelievable. At another turn I guess a turn maybe, question mark, with Jade Cargill reappearing and attacking Naomi and kicking her out of the match. What did you think of that whole segment? What did you think of that return?
It was very well done. With her saying something, she was saying something along the lines like, "I know you did this" or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
With maybe Jade got laid out and she disappeared from TV for a couple weeks, and made her return last night, and everybody thought she's going to attack not Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I'm concerned, Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan are the same person. Because I always think of one when I think of the other.
Yeah.
But very well done. A powerful statement. Jade is. I think Jade's ready to ride on her own.
Yeah.
Her and the EST, were a good tag team for a little while. Bianca Belair. And I think Bianca Belair was kind of like in a mentor role for her for a little bit, but behind the
Mhm.
scenes, come over from AEW and being in WWE is a little different. So have her tag with Bianca and have Bianca show her the ropes of how this is how we do things in WWE was good. But Jade's good to, I think, ride on her own now as her own commodity. So this is another thing. I'm excited to see where how it rides out with the explanation of, did Naomi really lay her out?
Mm.
And was she throwing her on a car or something like that? Or
Yeah, on top of the hood of a car or something. Yeah.
she was on top of a hood car. You know, maybe Naomi was the bad person in this situation. Who knows? But it'll be interesting to see where that ends up being. How that plays out.
Yeah.
Because Naomi's, to me, Naomi's the baby face, right?
Right.
Did she take out Jade Cargill to be but closer to Bianca Belair? So we'll see how that plays out. But very well done. She came in there like a house of fire, just laid Naomi out. Like it was brutal. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Brutal in a good way, but
Yeah.
very well done.
Yeah, I thought they did again another great story, another unexpected swerve in that whole process. Aaron Atherton's here. He says, I think Jade Cargill's heel turn last night was a setup from the start. I think she worked with Liv and Raquel. It's entirely possible. There's a lot of Twitter sleuths out there right now talking about, how Naomi looked back at Bianca and then her post-show appearance, Bianca's post-show appearance, where she was, kind of scripted, or it wasn't really as flawless as she usually is. Or like, well, was she involved? Maybe you're right, though. Maybe this was a situation where she set this up from the beginning and she's turning heel and they're setting up, for that eventual Bianca and Jade match. But I mean, it was just
maybe we think it's a heel turn, but actually it's Jade still being the baby face, getting her revenge,
Right. I mean, it's entirely possible that I think from the beginning of this whole process, though, I always thought that Naomi was the one that was involved with it. But then we have Ryan Bowman. Shout out to you, Ryan Bowman. What's up, man? From Screen Rant. He says, I think it will be revealed that Bianca is in on it too. But again, like, it just feels like how, I don't know. Do I want to see two big baby faces turn heel all of a sudden? You know what I mean? Do I want to see Bianca Belair turn heel right now, right after this gigantic John Cena heel turn? Can WWE fans handle all of that? What do you think? You think adding that heel turn in there would be one too many?
I don't think it'd be one too many.
Mm.
Especially not being done the same night,
Yeah.
Where we thought we saw two on one night, when actually one could have just been a baby face coming back to extract revenge.
True.
So I don't think it'd be one too many. I don't think it'd be too much. It'd be weird to see Bianca Belair as a heel, because to me she's always that smiling.
Mm-hmm.
She got that she's got the best smile, like, for a baby face. She's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
And to see her turn heel might be a little weird, but we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. I don't want to put all my eggs in that basket of her turning heel, but we'd definitely be interested if Naomi was the one who turned heel. Maybe Bianca just doesn't know it yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Naomi says, or Mass Entity says, Naomi did it for The Rock. You're probably right. Got that Rikishi influence there.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else do we got going on here in the turn? The boss says, anyone catch the reaction of the fan on the hard cam wearing the Cena Still Sucks shirt? Wonder what his thoughts are now. I'll have to go back and look at it, but I did notice that during the segment that the guy had the shirt on, and I was like, oh shit, he's probably flipping out. Who else we got? Ryan says, put Jade and Lash Legend on one side against heel Bianca and Naomi. It's a great chance to elevate two of your youngest and most promising. So I don't necessarily disagree with that. I don't either, but again, I don't necessarily know if I want to see Bianca Belair go heel right now. I don't think there's really a necessity for it. I think she's good where she's at.
Agreed.
And I don't think it's really it's worth, taking that move. So we, again, there was just like every match on the show was great. What did you think about the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, unsanctioned match. How did you feel about that? I heard. I don't know if you heard a familiar cheer during that match as well. When they brought the barbed wire chair out, the entire stadium was yelling ECW, ECW. So, what did you think about what did you think about that match overall?
Well done. I'm glad they did the light effect for the unsanctioned match, and the referee wore, didn't wear the official WWE logo shirt. Very well done. By it's cool they recognize the traditional unsanctioned match rules. These guys just beat the shit out of each other, and who doesn't beat the shit out of each other better than two friends?
Yeah.
They're friends, they're enemies, friends, they're enemies. It's kind of like when Shawn Michaels and Diesel were like, best of friends, better enemy, best friends, better enemies. That I was laughing about that. So hard hitting match, brutal match. I'm surprised they let him do the barbed wire. Glad they let him loose. Let him go for do it on the pay-per-view. And I kept having to remind myself, that was the Sky Dome. It looked at the way they had it set up was a little bit different, which going back to the Cena heel turn kind of reminded me, I was watching, I was like, oh well, the crowd kind of cheered for Cena's heel turn the way they kind of cheered for if you're going to bring up 96 Hogan and heel Hogan, they kind of cheered for heel Cena the way they cheered for heel Hogan, bringing it back to that. But Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn match, just a good brawl. Two friends just beating the shit out of each other, even though they're enemies now, whatever. I'm sure they'll make up again.
Yeah.
But it was very well done. My condolences to Charles Robinson. Jesus.
Yeah, that poor guy.
Oh my God. Probably one of the sweetest human beings on earth. Charles Robinson. Great guy. But very well done. And then at the end, we had the return of Randy Orton, who looked fantastic. That'll probably be the setup for Mania.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens, Randall Orton. Just as I'm trying to remember the night last night, because now you got the potential for Punk Seth Rollins at Mania as well, coming out of the chain match, because Seth Rollins cost Punk his match with the curb stomp, and that kind of lends to the Cena heel turn too. He watched Punk get curb stomped on the side of the cage, and still went and put him in the SDF.
Yeah.
So there's so many. Everything was done so well. Little Easter eggs, little breadcrumbs here and there to lend itself to a great pay-per-view.
Yeah, and I think it was John Alba said it last night, regarding the Cena and Punk segment. I think it was 2011. Somebody did something and Cena wouldn't take the other person's help when it came to beating CM Punk, and it cost him the match. And then now, however many 14 years later, he takes advantage of that. I think was my first tell, though. Was my first tell that I thought something was coming with Cena when he took the help after Rollins gave him the curb, when Seth gave him the curb stomp. I was like, that's a weird thing for John Cena to do.
Yeah, he laid that shit into that. He laid that SDF in.
And he locked that sucker in. I was like, wait a second, what's going on? But no, I again, it was an incredible card all the way up and down. The women's elimination chamber match was great. I feel like it was the right choice for Bianca Belair to go over. Lots of great spots there. Liv Morgan had an incredible showing too. Lots of people online talking about her today doing incredibly well. So Let's go into the group or into the chat here. Thank you, everybody, for being so lively this morning on your Sunday. We appreciate you joining us. Aaron Atherton says, I guess this is in regard to the guy with the Cena Still Sucks shirt, looking like Nostradamus, not Nostradamus. That's right. He called it. Mass Sanity said, and I think he's referring to Sammy and KO here. How was there no blood during that match? Brother, I was thinking the same thing. I for sure, meaning maybe, I don't know if you thought this too, but when Kevin Owens took that drop tackle, I guess, right, and smashed the top of his face on that chair, I was like, yep, here we go. That's a gig right there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great point. You know, I don't know how there wasn't blood during that.
Yeah.
Unless they wanted Cody's blood to be the more impactful of the nights. But yeah, I thought for sure, once the barbed wire came out, we're going to see a Crimson Mask or two.
Yeah. Yep. We got a couple folks in the chat here. Andrew Bailey's here. Shackelford. Hey now. Good morning, sir. Thank you for being here.
Hey now.
Appreciate you. James Weston says, let's go. Cena, way to turn your back on those ungrateful pukes. Yeah, man.
Puke.
He's gotta puke.
Yeah.
And Mass Sanity says, I expect it to be Reigns, Punk, and Rollins at WrestleMania. I agree 100%. Keeping in mind that Rollins took Reigns out at the Royal Rumble. Yeah, I think that's where the match is going, man.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we had an event last night. Roman wasn't on it, so things are about to get very interesting.
Yep, this road is going to be great. This build is going to be great, and I'm excited for it. Again, they just keep. It just seems like they just keep delivering when everybody says that they're not. And
might I add, I love these pay-per-views to have like maybe 4 or 5 matches.
Yes,
instead of overloading it and just sensory overload, with some of these matches, you're like, all right, here comes match 13, 6 matches, perfect.
Yep.
You're able to let the matches breathe. People don't have to rush through things. You don't have to worry about a match going too long and somebody's segment getting cut.
Yep.
Which I've seen and been a victim of, but I'm a big fan of the shorter, the smaller cards, so to speak. The 5-match, 6-match cards.
I think we're all haunted by the 6.5-hour WrestleManias pre-COVID,
Oh my
and
God.
we're just like, holy shit, I can't imagine ever going back to something like that,
Thank God those are 2 nights,
Oof. It's just too much, man. God, that's just crazy. Mass Sanity said, how is Rollins not yet a heel after all those stomps? I don't know, man. But I think that I think people like Seth enough, and they see the differentials between the babyface Rollins and the babyface Punk.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily. What do you think? Do you have an issue with that babyface face off there?
Yeah, Rollins is kind of on that border where he could be a heel, but he's just stating his truths when it comes to Punk.
Yeah.
And Punk's the babyface. He's just stating his truths on Rollins. It's interesting to have 2 faces who like really hate each other. So, I have no issues with it. And I think fans just like singing along with the Rollins theme anyway. So, yeah.
Even if he is a heel, I don't think that's ever going to stop.
No.
But yeah, we're definitely ramping up here. Last comment here. Punk's favor will be Roman in his corner at Mania. Interesting. I don't know if I necessarily see that. I don't know, because for a while, I guess I thought it was going to be Punk involved somehow in the championship match, but I don't know if that's going to be there now that Cena's heel. I still think it's going to be a triple threat, and I think he's going to call in that favor at some point. But I don't know what comes from that. But yeah, lots of great stuff to be excited for. Lots of amazing things that happened last night, and we've got to keep it tuned. So we'll keep up to date. We'll keep following this for you all the way to the road to WrestleMania. But Meanie,
yes, sir.
I have a quick question for you. If you have a second, quick question.
What could that be?
Are you ready to ask Meanie?
I would love to. I'm excited to ask Meanie anything. Ask me something.
Don't forget to tweet us your questions, rather. Tweet us your hashtags using your questions using the hashtag #AskMeanie, and you may hear them on the show. We got a handful of questions here
Awesome.
today. Thank you again. Aaron Atherton asked, oh, yes, but before we do that, sir, jumping the gun here.
Yeah.
Can't hear out of my left ear. What do you got on tap today?
I went to Aldi and got I think I went to Aldi. Either way, I got the Bellevue strawberry.
Ooh, they got a new flavor.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. I have the also went to Aldi. I have the knockoff sparkling ice, the sparkling frost pink grapefruit, which is my favorite. Stack up on as many of them as I can. We're gonna go ahead and crack these here. 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. Woo.
Ooh.
Go. Cheers, beers and pinkies up.
Yep.
Oh yeah. That's good shit.
Needed that, man.
Seriously, man.
Yeah, cause
I was feeling a little parched there for a minute. Aaron Atherton wants to know, hey, Blue and Goob, what are your favorite non-seltzer and non-alcoholic drinks?
Usually most of my day I'm drinking coffee, but or cold brew, hot or cold coffee. I don't know. Non seltzer, non-alcoholic. I'd probably just have to say coffee.
Yeah.
That's primarily when I drink, which I should probably tone it down a little bit. But yeah, that's basically all I drink.
What about me?
I should drink more water.
I was gonna say that's what I need to do. I need to get my water intake like way higher.
Yeah.
I guess if it's non-seltzer, non-alcoholic, I'm a big fan. Excuse me. Of the Arizona Arnold Palmer iced tea and lemonade. Love that shit, man. Love it. I'm trying to watch my sugars and stuff just because I'm trying to lose weight again, and I don't drink it as often. But if somebody has it in their fridge, I'm like, yeah, just give me that whole damn bottle. So
pretty much.
Thank you for your question, good sir. Mass Sanity says, how do you feel about the Cena heel turn in relationship to his retirement tour? Could that possibly hurt his merch, which would likely be huge?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I'm sure they weighed those options, but when's the tour officially end? Does it officially end at Mania, or is it going through the SummerSlam? Could he turn back face at SummerSlam, or something at Survivor Series? Does it go to, through December?
Yeah.
Let's try to figure out how long is this retirement tour going to last? Like, what's his last match?
I think honestly, I think it goes through the whole year. I think he goes from January to December. Yeah.
Because, some people might be freaking out thinking, oh, it's going to be a Mania, but I think, eventually he goes back, babyface, soon. But yeah, that's a great question. In accordance to his merch, who knows? Will he have merch for each city?
Yeah.
Great question. Great thought.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think, probably because I know he had that interview with Chris Van Vliet where he was talking about how it's like, once I turn heel, we're not going to sell another single piece of merch. We're not going to, I don't want anything new coming out. I want you to pull everything. So I would imagine, yes, it probably will hurt that aspect of his, of what he's doing. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's gonna. I think there's definitely an opportunity for redemption here, and I think, and I won't give you too much, but I'm writing about it today. I think CM Punk's going to be involved in that somehow, and I think that's where we're going to end up. But Carlo Carlson, Coke Zero, my favorite drink. What's up, Carlo? We appreciate you. Hey, here's an Ask Meanie. Hey, Blue and Goob. Have you guys tried the viral pizza from Domino's?
No, I didn't know there was such a thing.
I actually had to just Google it right now. And Meanie, I think you're going to be happy to hear this one. It's a custom pan pizza that combines cheesesteaks and pizza. It's a pan pizza, and you customize it with extra cheese, garlic Parmesan sauce instead of tomato sauce, bacon, and Philly cheesesteak.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Basically, I already do cheesesteak pizzas anyway. So, but I mean, is that pan pizza you said?
Yeah, it's like a pan pizza.
Yeah. Definitely interesting, but no, I have not tried it. Who makes it?
Domino's.
Okay. Thank God it wasn't Pizza Hut.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't eat that shit if it was
Last
Pizza Hut.
time I went to Pizza Hut, I haven't been to Pizza Hut in almost 20 years because last time I got there, I got super, super sick. But
Well, so James Weston says viral pizza. What virus is it topped with? So the viruses you get are at Pizza Hut. So you don't want to,
yeah,
allegedly, you don't want to eat there. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, yeah, definitely not a fan of Pizza Hut. It's I don't know. There's something about it, that sauce or something. I don't know. It's just not.
Especially in Philly, you know,
Yeah.
there's so many good mom and pop shops that you don't need like the chain
Yeah.
spots, you know. My friend Richard Christie from the Howard Stern show,
Okay.
you know, he lives in New York or lived in New York, where that's like the mecca for pizza, but he's always a big fan of like Papa John's. You know, Papa John's is my favorite, you know. It's like, dude, you can literally walk out and go to any good mom and pop pizza shop, but you choose that, you know.
Mm-mm.
Same at Philly. You can throw a rock at a good pizza spot or a good, sandwich place, you know.
Yep. The boss says you had me a cheesesteak. Yeah, just feed it to me. Just feed it to me.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have one more question here. Ryan Bowman wants to know. Question for Meanie. Did you ever wrestle any matches against Rey Mysterio Jr.? And as a follow-up, how much of an adjustment did you, as a big man, have to make when wrestling smaller guys?
I didn't. I've never wrestled Ray. I've been on shows with Ray. First time I met Ray was in ECW. I went to ECW like maybe a month after he went there, and great guy. But I've always been a fan of wrestling smaller guys because I've always felt like the bigger guy my whole life. Anytime I wrestle somebody bigger than me, there's usually a bigger adjustment for me wrestling a bigger guy because
Interesting.
my whole life I've always been the biggest kid in class, and training at Al's school. I was one of the bigger guys, bigger students at Al's. So all the guys, I basically had to work like a lot of smaller guys. So anytime I had to wrestle like a bigger guy, I'm like, what do I do? Do I body slam this guy? Or I'm always shitty with heights too. Like I always go, oh, that guy's so much taller than me. You look at a side by side photo, he's got maybe like an inch or two on me. I'm horrible with that,
Yeah.
But I make more adjustments wrestling bigger guys than smaller guys.
Yeah. Let's see. We have one more question. Hold on. Thought I had another one here. James Weston says, so who do you guys think Cody will get to help him? No way he goes against Rock and Cena at WrestleMania alone. I have my thoughts.
I mean, open up the Brinks truck and bring Stone Cold back,
Yep. That's exactly what I was going to say. Give him as much as he wants, man. Whatever dollar amount it is, double it.
Yeah.
Let that glass break in Vegas, man.
Absolutely.
That's what we're missing.
I mean, he was supposed to be at the Philly one.
Yeah.
They called an audible with Undertaker, but you gotta have Stone Cold come back, and he's not that. He doesn't live too far from there. He's driving distance. So
I was gonna say, he pops in. He does he can come in and hit a couple stunners and be on his way. That shit would be nuts, man.
Absolutely.
But what else? What is not nuts, sir? Well, actually, what is great, sir, is you being here with us each and every week and answering your questions. We appreciate
all
you.
The blue meanies.
We for all the blue meanies out there. We appreciate you. And Meanie, it is that time, sir.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Where can everyone keep up to date with all things blue when they're not listening to the program?
If you would like to follow the Blue Meanie on all forms of social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, at Blue Meanie BWO on all forms of social media. If you'd like to support the Blue Meanie, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Blue Meanie. If you'd like to support Mind of the Meanie, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. MadCatBearCare.com. Get the Blue Spruce Beard Oil and Balm. Shout out to my boy Josh Thornton, who does an amazing job. He rounds up the cats in his neighborhood, takes them to the vet, releases them better than he found them. So if you're a cat lover like myself, you want to, and you're a bearded fellow like myself, that also helps. It helps to have a beard. You want to look good, you want to smell good, go to MadCatBeardCare.com. The Ultra Pro Wrestling video game coming to all major consoles. Wrestling contains not only original characters by the amazing Cal Haney, but many real world wrestlers, including myself and many others. Go to ultraprowrestling.com or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. That's ultraprowrestling.com, or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. The figure collections, Bone Crushing Wrestlers Series 1 variants of the Blue Meanie are available now. All Series 1s can be ordered right now at shop.figurecollections.com. That's shop.figurecollections.com. Type Blue Meanie in search bar. Select Original Blue Meanie or BWO Blue Meanie. Either way, there's no wrong choice. Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO. For birthdays, holidays, and well wishes, book through the site. Don't book through the app. The app takes way too much of your hard-earned money. We do. I do a lot of good stuff over there at Cameo.com. Did a couple videos last week. Always good to see the feedback. So we'll make somebody's day a little bit more brighter. Go to Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO. But most importantly, Mr. Bernard, where can we find you, sir?
Me, thank you very much. I appreciate you. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, and sometimes TikTok at This Is Goober. Yes, it's my handle. No, I'm not changing it. It's a brand pal. So go check me out there. Don't forget to check out my stuff at Screen Rant, screenrant.com. All of my latest interviews and pieces are there. I just interviewed Ghost star Asher Grodman.
Tremendous.
Thank you very much, sir. It was a great time. Wonderful guy. I got to talk about the double renewal for the show on CBS. Go check that out right now. The video portions of the video are live. And over the next week or so, there's going to be more of the video footage released. So go ahead and take a look over there at screenrant.com. Shout out to the homies at the 10th Ward Barbershop at downtown Lawrenceville, the outskirts of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Go ahead and schedule your appointment for Kane, Jordan, and the rest of the team at 10thwardbarbershop.com. ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. Pick up a shirt, keep the lights on at the Casa de Meanie, the Barnard Home for Wayward Troubled Youth. Don't forget to go to patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Sign up today. Tiers start at just $10 a month, Meanie. And if you sign up today, you get an official Pod Squad membership card signed in blue ink by the blue guy himself. The hand of the blue guy signed those cards. Go today. Sign up at patreon.com/ there it is, with that blue Sharpie right there. The blue guy. So go sign up today at patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. YouTube.com/@Mind of the Meanie. Find all of our archive going all the way back to the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2021. YouTube.com/@Mind of the Meanie. And don't forget to follow us on our socials below here at Mind of the Meanie, everywhere you follow us, everywhere else. Shout out to our friends at One True Sport who host us each and every week.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for the platform. Thank you for allowing us to be here and broadcast on your wonderful network here. We appreciate you. So don't forget to hit like and subscribe on this video because it just helps the algorithms. And we appreciate you. Thank you, all of you, for joining us today on this Sunday morning. And we will see you again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel for the Blue Meanie. I am Adam Bernard. Join us again each and every week as we take a trip through the mind of the Meanie. Peace.
Blue World Order.
This episode of Mind of the Meanie is hosted and executively produced by the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard. It was mixed and engineered by Carl Pinnell. Additional narration is provided by the executive voice, Sam Krebs. That's me, Our intro music was performed by the Swamp Candles. Our outro music was performed by Chikara. Additional musical accompaniment is performed by Enrichment. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, or X or whatever, at Mind of the Meanie, and become part of the Pod Squad by going to patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Find our entire show archive at mindofthemeanie.com. This has been a Butts Carlton media production. Butts Carlton, proprietor.
Blue World Order.
That was Blue Meanie's brain out.